All right, guys, welcome to the Daily Dose of Awesome. Today is Tuesday, November 27th. My name is Bob Clarke. Thrilled to be here for your 15 minutes of daily motivation, inspiration, education to get your day and week going strong. Again, my name is Bob Clarke. I don't come on here very often, but when I do, I like to make it worth your time and worth your effort to get here. I know you can be in many different places, so I'm humbled. I truly appreciate you being with me. Bart, how are you? When you come in, let me know where you are. Bart from Ohio. Awesome. How are you? When you come in, let me know where you're coming from so I can acknowledge you. And today we're going to talk about putting the hustle back in your side hustle or your full-time hustle, if that's the case. Okay, putting the hustle back in your business when you just don't feel like doing it. And I'm also going to be talking to you about what to do when you lost your mojo. And I'm going to give you 3 traits that you need to have if you want to have any chance of succeeding in your business. Okay, that's all going to be within 15 minutes today. So we're going to rock and roll it. Awesome. Let me know where you're coming from. Guys, you survived Black Friday, survived Cyber Monday. Your bank account's still intact. It's always a challenge, right? Because there's always some amazing stuff that comes out and becomes available at really good prices this time of year. And I'll tell you, I wrote this on my Facebook, and I think it's true. I like in this time of year to kind of like free agency in baseball if you're a sports fan. And free agency in baseball, if you're not a sports fan or a baseball fan, is when basically the players who are free to sign with anybody, they start negotiating with the different teams. And teams have to figure out, number one, what is my budget? Number two, which players will help me get me where I want to go next year? Okay, and that's just what it's like in your business. Okay, what's your budget, and which products, courses, resources will get me where I want to go next year? All right, and those are kind of the 2 questions that you got to really be serious about when you're hit with like millions of emails on Black Friday and Cyber Monday from all over the place. Got to decide that, right? We're lucky here at EMP. EMP basically knows what we need in our business. All right. I believe it was last year they had the LinkedIn course with Gloria McDonald, getting leads on LinkedIn, which was awesome. This year, Kate McShay blew it away with her 7-minute method for getting more customers in your business and more retail customers. That's certainly what I'm looking to do, so I picked up that one for sure. 4.5 hours of training? Are you kidding me? I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't get through all of it. I've got to go back to recording and pick up the rest. I'm just amazed. As a trainer, I'm amazed and I'm envious of people who can train that long, because I have a hard time doing it and I know what's involved with it. So Kate, Fernie, you guys are just awesome, amazing. And if you haven't picked up that course, I believe it's still on sale for the next few days at least. So check it out if you want more retail customers in your business. Not everybody wants that, but if you do, check it out. Check it out. All right, Cindy's here from Lake City, South Dakota. Awesome. Jesse's here from Prescott, Arizona. Jesse, how are you? If you're coming here live, let me know where you're coming from. If you're coming here on a replay, give #replay so I can come back in, circle around, and acknowledge you guys. I come back through at the end of this session, and I will acknowledge everybody and answer anybody's questions. So let's talk about this, all right? Let's talk about putting the hustle back in your side hustle or your full-time hustle. In other words, putting the hustle back in your business. What to do when you kind of lost your mojo or your motivation, and how to get it back. All right. This is a tough one, especially around the holidays. Lisa, how are you? Good to see you. This is a tough one around the holidays, at least for me, right? Because you get pulled in so many different directions. Everybody wants a piece of your time. You got family coming in, coming out, friends coming in, coming out, people visiting, people calling. And with things that you'd rather be doing than sitting at your computer and building your business. Let's be real, right? Let's be honest. That's part of what it is. Lisa's coming from Pearland, Texas. Awesome. Good to have you here. So what do you do? What do you do around the holidays? What do you do when you lost your mojo and you need to get it back? Because got to have your mojo if you're going to succeed, right? You got to have your mojo. So as I said, holidays are especially tough. Lots of distractions. Lots of things you'd rather be doing, and it's easy to lose your motivation. It's easy to lose your momentum, your mojo, if you want. It's simple. Hey, Tracy from Alberta, how are you? It's easy. So what do you do? The first thing is you recognize it for what it is, okay? You recognize it for what it is. And it seems like every time I give you guys tips, the first tip is always awareness, right? But it's so true for almost all parts of our lives, right? The first tip is to recognize it for what it is. Okay, why did you lose your mojo? Why are you losing momentum in your business? Is it holiday related? Is it time related? Is it related to feeling stuck, maybe not getting any data or any results and feeling kind of lost because of that? Or is it something more serious? Maybe are you lacking belief in yourself? Are you lacking belief in your products or your company? These are all things to figure out, where exactly is it coming from? Take some time out. Don't beat yourself up. That should be number one. Don't beat yourself up, because it happens to everybody. From the person who just started all the way up to Fernie Ceballos, it happens to everybody. I think it happens to Fernie. I never asked him that, but I'm assuming Fernie's human, so it happens to Fernie. But it happens to everybody. Every leader I've ever talked to, they've gone through a stretch where they got to refocus, they lose their mojo a little bit, they got to refocus things, retool, and get going. So don't beat yourself up. And then number two is be aware, like what's going on, what's really happening there. You got to kind of nail it down, because it's important. If it's just a holiday thing, cool. It'll last through the holidays and you'll get your mojo back and things will be fine come January 1st. I'm not saying, guys, to shut it down between now and New Year's. I'm not saying that. But you can do things kind of on autopilot to get things done for your business, even at the low production level, to still keep things moving until you get your mojo back. If you're like me, maybe like this Christmas is going to be crazy. I've got so many people coming into our house in Naples. It's going to be packed. It's going to be, lots of people grabbing for my time. It's going to be little kids running around. It's going to be tough, right, to maintain any kind of a work schedule for me. And I acknowledge that. I know. And I'd rather spend a little bit more time with my family than beat myself up over a schedule that's never going to happen, right? So don't kill yourself. Acknowledge it for what it is. If it's something different, if it's not getting results, that's got you down. If it's time, if it's just otherwise time related stuff, you guys got coaches, you got mentors in Elite Marketing Pro, you got people in the communities to help you out. Definitely, don't be alone. Don't be alone. That's the worst thing you can do, is be isolated and feeling like you lost your mojo because you feel like you're the only one, right? And that's not true. So use the community, use your coaches, use your mentors, and try to break through that if it's not just holiday related. Okay. So that's this first and second thing. So like I said, talk it over. Even if it's not a coach or mentor, maybe you have a trusted friend, maybe you have a trusted relative, maybe it's your spouse. I don't know, but someone you trust who will look at stuff objectively and help you work through things, especially if you're losing belief. If that's the case, then sometimes somebody closer to you can really help out more than someone who doesn't know you as well. Right? So don't be afraid to hit the people in your lives that can really help you out. It's important. And number 4, negotiate. Okay, negotiate with yourself, negotiate with other people. Okay, and I always like to use the term if this, then that when I'm negotiating. Right, I negotiate with myself. Okay, if I give myself a few days off during the holidays, then I'm going to kick butt on Monday when I come back to work, and I'm going to redouble my efforts. Right, if this, then that. Right, so that kind of gives you permission. Take a few days off, maybe low production days, just bare minimum stuff to keep things going, but spend most of the time with your family and friends and enjoy the holidays. If this, then on Monday when I come back when everybody's gone, I'm going to kick some butt, right? And you got to hold yourself to that. You got to hold yourself to that. So if this, then that, if it's a case where you just don't have the time, and maybe you're a mom and you're taking care of your kids and you just don't get any of the time, because I know like toddlers, little kids, they can be all over the place all the time, right? I remember those days. Maybe you want to hook up with a neighbor, if I watch your kids, this afternoon for a couple hours to give you a break, then will you watch mine tomorrow for 2 hours so I can work on my business? Trade off, negotiate, works really, really well. And finally, number 5, which might be the hardest because it really takes some introspection, is, if you lost your mojo, you lost your momentum, you're not sure what's going on, remember why you started in the first place, right? Remember why did you start your business? What were you lacking, or what were you looking for? What were you trying to accomplish? Who are you doing it for besides yourself? Maybe your kids, your family, your parents, whatever. Why'd you start it, right? And here's the most important question, as far as I'm concerned, is what will your life look like in 5 years if you stop right now? That's a tough one, right? What will your life look like in 5 years if you just shut it all down now and go back to the life you're leading and forget about your business? That can be enough to throw you into momentum faster than anything. Because, lots of people, if they think about they're not really satisfied with their life right now, they want so much more for themselves, for their family. In 5 years, are you willing to keep the status quo where you are now? I hope the answer is no. I'm sure for 99% of you in here, the answer is no, right? The answer is no for me, right? I want so much more for myself in retirement. I want so much more for my family. I want to give so much more out to people and help them with their business. If I stop now, that's selfish, man. That's so selfish. So think about that. What would your life look like in 5 years if you decide to shut it down today and not do anything else? And that might be just enough to throw you into momentum, get you out of your doldrums, and put the hustle back in your side hustle. All right, let me just say hi to some people here. Tracy, I said hi to you already. How are you? Margaret's here from Delaware. Jan is here from Tennessee. Kennedy is here from Toronto. Awesome. Let's see, who else am I missing here? Lots of people. Wow. All right, awesome. Lots of people are flooding in here. That's awesome. So glad you guys are here. I'm honored because I know you could be anywhere else. All right. Got a few minutes left. Let me hit you up with this, right? This is one of my favorite trainings that I do for my team, and I'm going to give it to you guys because I think it'll be really helpful for you to hear it. And we're a private community here, and I think you'll be very helpful. This will be very helpful for you. 3 traits, okay? 3 traits that you need to embrace if you really want to nail it on your business, right? 3 traits you need to embrace if you really want your business to succeed. You want to nail it in your business. Okay, number 1 is consistency. I don't have to tell you about consistency. You know it, right? Everybody hammers it on you. I don't have to hammer it into you anymore. It's doing things when you don't feel like doing them, right? It's doing things repeatedly over time, again and again and again, even when you really don't feel like it. It's easy to be consistent when you're motivated, your mojo's high at a high level, you're excited. It's easy to be consistent. That's not a challenge. It's tough to be consistent when you lost your mojo, right? When you lost your momentum, when you're doubting yourself. That's where it's tough to be consistent. But that's where consistency counts the most, right? To do it even though you don't feel like it. That's where it helps the most. So give me some hearts if that resonates with you guys. That's number 1 is consistency. Sorry. Along with consistency is number 2, persistence. Okay, persistence is you're being consistent, you're doing your daily diligence, you're taking action, and results just aren't happening yet, right? And it's wearing on you, right? It's wearing on you. Persistence is tough. Persistence is doing things again and again and again, even when results aren't showing up, right? Consistency, doing things when you don't feel like it. Persistence, doing things even when you are being consistent and the results aren't showing up yet, right? And I'll tell you from my experience, that's where most people fall off, is the persistence factor. Because most people, not you guys, most people, when they take action for a certain amount of time and they're not seeing the results yet that they thought they would, they go off in a different direction and try something else and down a different rabbit hole. And you know where that stuff goes. You guys are being trained by the best of the best here in Elite Marketing Pro. I can say that because I've been around a long time now, and I know what's out there. And these guys are the best of the best. So you don't have to worry about that you're not learning the right things. You just have to worry about that you're going to be persistent enough to keep going, even when the results don't happen right away, right? Patience is a virtue. So consistency, persistence. Here's the third one that most people don't think about. And I call it insistence. Okay, consistency, persistence, insistence. And here's what insistence is to me. It's moving forward even though others are urging you to stop. All right, insisting on moving forward even though people around you are asking like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you doing that? You should quit, go back to your easy job, go back to this, do this, do this. Like they know what's best for you, right? But they tell you. And it can be the most important people in there. It can be your spouse. It can be your significant other. It can be your parents. It can be your brothers or sisters, your siblings. It can be your friends. It could be, definitely could be your coworkers, right? My coworkers don't understand why on earth I would do what I'm doing, right? Got a PhD in reproductive science. I have a pretty high level job at a hospital in New York City. I've been doing it for many years. And people are like, what are you doing? You're blogging about marketing. What are you doing? Right? My parents didn't get it. They passed away, but my parents didn't get it. Thankfully, the people closest to me, my wife, is strongly supportive of me. That helps. But I got people around me all the time. Why are you still doing that? Is that successful yet? Are you making any money yet? You guys get that kind of stuff, right? You have to be insistent that you're going to keep going no matter what other people say, right? And that's hard. That might be the toughest nut to crack, because most of these people are pretty tight with you. They're pretty close to you. Maybe they're family, maybe they're friends. They're pretty tight. And you place importance in what they say, right? But in this one thing, I'm telling you, if you want to succeed, you're going to have to push past them and do this stuff anyway, even though they may be telling you it's time to quit, right? It's time to quit, go back to what you're doing, to get off this crazy notion of what you're doing, this side business, right? And go back to the easy life, the safe life, right? People are telling you that. I get it. I've heard it. Got to be insistent enough to push through that and go do your business anyway. And then, so consistency, persistence, insistence. If you've got those three packaged together, your business will not fail. I'm telling you, it will not fail. And the other part that you guys have in your pocket is Elite Marketing Pro, which is giving you all the stuff you need, feeding you all the information and the training you need to succeed if you're consistent, if you're persistent, and if you're insistent, right? The perfect trifecta with Elite Marketing Pro. Can't miss. Guys, thank you so much. I haven't been able to keep up with any comments. I will circle back after this is rendered, this recording is rendered, and I'll definitely say hi to you guys and answer any questions that you have. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I don't know if I'll be around December. If I'm not in December, happy holidays to you guys. I love you guys so much. This community is so important to me. And I'll try to make it happen in December if I can. Guys, thank you. See you next time. Take care.